Hello, everyone. I'm so happy and glad to welcome each and every one of you on this very exciting, stimulating, and interesting session called Plant a Conversation. This session has been exclusively organized by Avishkar to make sure that we help plant in their conspiracy that they have. More about you in a little while. But before I get started, let me introduce myself. My name is Tarun. I'm the founder and CEO of Avishkar. And believe me, my superpower is to see problems that I see around ourselves, around myself, and the community, and I solve them. And I know most of you are just like me on this. So before I get started, let me highlight some of the fantastic work that has been done by my partners in crime. I have my technical people who helped me create this whole apparatus. That is one and only Gautam Ahuja sir, that you may be knowing. You might have attended some of his sessions. And Nishant Singhal, who is a fantastic Avishkari just like you. And then apart from that, we have the concept designers, that is Nitish Chopra and Shagun Tomar. And under the fantastic aegis and guidance of Vishaka Sharma, who's making sure all of this happens. And before I forget, none other than Akshita Singhal, who's also the director of photography for this particular event. Now, since I have talked about all my partners of crime, you can see them on the screen below as well. Now, let's get started. And should I talk about the plant or conversation right away, or should I start welcoming people who are there with me on this session? Let me see who all is there in the chat window. My team, can you start talking about the people who are there in the team? Fantastic. So we have Varun Kumar, we have uh, we have Amit, who is a part of this team, or who else is there? Let me see. Yes, yes, yes. I can see some on the Google chat window. Why don't you talk about your name, your school, and which part of the country you're from? For me to welcome you, let me see. I'm trying to look out for your name. Just give me 1 second. I think I can find you here. Um, I have Naveen Kumar who is saying my name is Javesh or Jayesh. Thank you, Naveen, and thank you, Jayesh. I have Sahil Solanki here. I have Yesha Singh. I have Lakshit Chandel. I have Madhav Harish. I have Vedant Agrawal. Why don't you also talk about what school are you from and keep it slow so that I can mention that? From St. Andrews Senior Secondary School, I see someone. Then I see Ankita from Navy Children's School. I also see Sachin Bansal. I see Suhan Khan from DPS. Then I see Zain. And then I have Sai. Fantastic. Amit. Yes. Yes. Okay. Who else is there? Okay. Yes. Let me just check out. Um, I have Divyansh. I have Sanchi Bansal from DLDV for Pitampura. I have Advait Goyal from DLBAV Pitampura. I have Vandana Rani from DPS. Divyansh from Advait Goyal. We have Preeti Gupta. We have Vedant Hacks. We have Tushar Agarwal. I think I've given enough of names now. All of you, welcome to this very exciting session. And believe me, if I have forgotten your name or I have not picked up your name, it is nothing intentional. I will get to you and your name again. But before I go forward, let's talk about what really is plant a conversation. Well, as you may be aware, the world is going through very turbulent times. We have not seen anything like what we have seen last 2 years in rest of our lives, right? So what really happened was most of you were under a lockdown, or your schools were working online, and most of us actually, not only you, were at home and working from home. So what does that lead to? We had to get creative to kill time. So that meant we started different hobbies that we were not otherwise pursuing. So, what kind of hobby that we started first? I mean, I am a father of two daughters, so I know a little bit about what the different hobbies that people like you, it kind of had. So, we all started buying plants. We started buying pets. We started buying bicycles. We started buying motorbikes. Not you, I mean, older one. They started buying motorbikes, and you bought some bikes. And all of us had this creative time now to ensure that what can be done in these, during these times when lockdown is happening. So let me start with my own personal story. I have two daughters, as I mentioned. My older one really got excited about getting a pet at home, about getting plants at home. And of course, that pets I had to say no because I wanted to make sure that everyone is able to take care of them. But plants, I said yes. So I think it was the month of April that last year that we bought a couple of plants. One of them is still with us, and the other one I'll talk about it in a little while. So when we got these plants at home, first week was very exciting. We all were watering them. We were all were making sure that we were giving them adequate sunlight, and the air quality was also good. Everything was hunky and dory, fine, fit and fine. But what happened a month after we got these plants? Unfortunately, we still have Ficus bonsai, my friend here, who's alive. The other one, which was a variation of basil, and two more plants whose scientific name I can't really remember. They had to die their natural death. And why did that really happen? It happened because of three reasons that I talked about. Reason number one, we were not watering them timely, or at least my daughter was not watering them timely. So all the blame lies on her. Just like your parents tell, it's you. Second, we were not making sure that they get adequate or appropriate sunlight. That was the problem number two. And what was the third problem? Third problem would be something that everyone is going to witness if they are living in any metro city of India. And that is exactly the reason that you got it right, the bad pollution. So three things that plants need in adequate supply: water, second is sunlight, and third is clean and fresh air. So because of these three problems, the plants were not able to blossom, prosper like rest of us do in our lives. So they decided to create a union of their own. And it's called the Plant Union of 2020. And the Plant Union of 2020 is conspiring, I have heard, tremendously against all the human race. They have partnered their union with the Robotics Union. And we got to know about this almost a month back. And that's when we decided that this has to be addressed. So the Human Union went to the Plant Union and decided to do something about it. So what exactly did we do? We also came up with our three parts of the solution. What is the first part of the solution that I'm going to show right now on your screen here? The first part of the solution is the living part of the solution. That is the plant world. And the plant world, as I mentioned, I have my friend Ficus bonsai here, who was able to withstand the turbulent times of last 1 year. Then I have my friend whose name is very, very difficult, but I'll still give it a try. It's called Dracaena trafascita, or, it's quite mouthful, I know, and it's a tongue twister. So it's also called Black Star. I have Black Star and I have Ficus bonsai who are going to be my demo partners for today. And the third part from the living world is the dehydrated soil, or soil which has no water. This is the living part of the world, the first part of my solution. The second part of the solution is all the electronics that you see here. So you see maker board, which is an Avishkar maker board. I hope you have one. If you don't, then get one pronto. And you can also get it by looking at something which is there in the description, or by looking at, going to our website and using the promo code that you see on the bottom right hand side of your screen as well. It's called promo 15. That means you're getting a discount of 15%. Trust me, it's a steal of a deal. Get one today. But having said that, so that is the second part of the world, or the solution that I have. That is the electronics. Maker board, different kind of sensors. I have my dear friend air quality sensor. This is one of the sensors that goes by NQ136 or something like that. That is one of the sensor. The other sensor that you see here is an LDR, which is a light dependent resistor, which finds out where is the light coming at, or what intensity of light is coming. And finally, I have something called a soil moisture sensor. That's the second part of the solution. The first part, living world, which are two plants and dehydrated soil. The second part, maker board and various sensors. And by the way, all of these sensors are actually available in this kit called IoT Starter Kit. Again, don't call it product placement, but they are there on our website, and you have a promo 15 code that you can use to buy them today only. And by the way, this code is not going to last forever. So use your choice and option judiciously and right now. And the third part of this whole equipment is something that is not visible. And that is the application that your sir Gautam Ahuja made in Jiffy. It's called Talking Plant. It's not publicly available, but in case if you want it, we will send it to you. And the code that goes into this monster called MakerBoard. It looks like an Iron Man kind of central thing, right? But so that's the third part of the solution. Again, repeating myself for the third time, the three parts of the solution. One is the living part, which is plants, the electronic parts, which is the IoT Starter Kit, and the app and the code, which is written on AMS, which is Avishkar Maker Studio, that goes onto this board. Now let's figure out, before we go deeper, I want to probably, I want to have, before we go deeper, I want to probably interact or get some of your questions again for me. So why not you write here on the chat engine, what do you think this apparatus will do? Can you say something here on the chat engine? Okay, I am waiting. Yes. Please, what do you think this apparatus can do for us? Please, I want to see, what do you think? So I'm seeing messaging from Amishi Singh from Mount Carmel School. I am seeing somebody from Sasdeva Global School, Dwarka. And then what is promo 15? Somebody is asking. Promo 15, by the way, is the discount code that you get to buy courses or products from our website. Okay. I think this can do many things. Preeti Bansal says, and let's see, CO2 and HO2. I don't know what is HO2. I think it's H2O. And sunlight is used for doing photosynthesis. That's right. Let me ask what is. Let me see. Okay. Let me see. What does photosynthesis mean? Okay. So I think we have had some answers and responses from you. Now let's make sure that we are actually doing a demonstration. So I want you to pay attention to my friends' different sensors here. I want you to pay attention to this application that you see on the phone and whatever hand movements I do. So the first problem that most of the people face when they get plants at home is they are very consistent with watering the plants for a week or so, but after that, they become careless about it or they get busy with other things. So let's see, can we solve this problem? So we have something called a soil moisture sensor, which tells the maker board what is the level of moisture. So right now you see a happy plant here, right? Can you see a happy plant here? Now let me get my soil moisture sensor out. I'm feeling thirsty. Did you hear that? The soil moisture said, or the app said that I'm feeling thirsty, or the plant said that I'm feeling thirsty. Let's make sure we get that soil moisture sensor onto this, which is dehydrated, right? Let's try to put this here. No change in message. And the message also, the visual also shows a plant which is sort of dry. Let's take the moisture sensor back into the wet soil. Life's so sunny. And it's saying life's so sunny. That is awesome. So that's the first way in which we can solve this problem. Have a soil moisture sensor and have an app so that the soil moisture sensor is talking back to the maker board, and maker board is using its Bluetooth, sending that information to this application. That's first way or one way to solve the problem. Now, what was the problem number 2? The problem number 2, if I remember it correctly, was the fact that there was not enough sunlight, or our plants were not getting the sunlight that they needed so bad. What can we do about it? We have another sensor called LDR, which stands for light dependent resistor. So 1 second, let me make sure my app is, yes, you can see the app, right? Let's make sure we, right now there is enough light and we are using something called a hydroponic light, which provides the same effect or same nutrition that a normal sunlight would do. Right now, that's what we have in the internal environment. Let's try to cover that. I'm sleeping, don't disturb me. It's saying that I am sleeping, don't disturb me. Let's see once we have obstructed the, or rather, once we have got the obstruction away. Life's so sunny. Fantastic. Isn't that cool? Life is so sunny because the plant is getting our ficus bonsai is getting the right water, is getting the right sunlight. So now just imagine we have all this information being communicated to us in real time basis. What if we could actually got a social media network which was just various plants talking in real time basis? What do you think they'll be conspiring against? Will they be conspiring against the environment, or will they be conspiring against you, their owners, or will they be conspiring against someone else? Can you tell me before I show the demo number 3 on the WhatsApp screen, or sorry, on the Google screen? Okay, I am waiting. So Muhammad Ubaid, can you tell me what do you think the plants will be talking about? Tushar Agarwal, send the link of talking plant. Well, you'll have to seek that from support at avishkar.cc and we will definitely send you an APK file. But I'm really looking forward to someone telling me what do you think if we could have planted this thing on a social media, what would the plants be talking about? Apart from the fact that they're thirsty or they need sunlight, what else do you think they would be talking about? I'm waiting for your answers before I go forward with the third application. Let me see if I got something. Okay. I'm still waiting. They will be us, the owners. So they'll be, oh, I am suffocating. Anyone play Free Fire? Okay. The owners, they'll be conspiring against the owners. Give me an idea for IITL projects for the nature. Okay. They will be tell us about their needs and requirements. Fantastic. Can you, okay. They will be conspiring against owners again. And kids geography is saying sane. Badashra, carbon dioxide, okay. They will be, if the plants would talk to us, so looks like there are a whole bunch of answers out there. Everyone is telling, so they will be saying they'll be conspiring against owners. We have a whole bunch of answers there. I don't know what they'll be conspiring against, but let me show you the third part of this demonstration. What the plants go through when they are suffocated. So let's see. I have my dear application here called Talking Plant, which is here. I have my able friend Nishant who's going to help me. Nishant, can you hold this? Yes. Okay, let me make sure. I'm feeling suffocated. That's right. It's so sunny. It's feeling suffocated. Life's so sunny. Again? I'm feeling suffocated. So you now have a way by using just these three sensors to find out exactly how the plants feel or what they can talk to us in real-time basis. All of this has been done by this Avishkar Iot Starter Kit. What does the kit have? It has many different parts to it. It has something called a maker board, which goes like this, which is really exciting. And it has a whole bunch of stickers that you can see over here that you get as a part of the maker board kit. It has a maker board. Then it has a whole bunch of sensors, an IR sensor, a breadboard, a raindrop sensor, a servo motor, various kind of LDR sensors, batteries, and a whole part. You can have this available on our website at avishkar.cc. Or you can find the link specifically for the IoT Starter Kit or the Maker Board Kit in the description below, or my team will be posting that as comments. And by the way, again, reminding you, don't forget to use promo 15. That is the discount code you will get. That is, you will get 15% discount. And I know, as far as I know my team, that discount will not be uh, there for a very long time. So take advantage and make sure that you buy it now. And by the way, it comes with a small manual as well. So that's the IoT Starter Kit. And the heart of the IoT Starter Kit literally is this maker board. And this maker board actually goes into various interesting and exciting things. So as plants were planning to conspire against humans, we were also trying to do some very exciting things so that we could provide you the tools to be excited and have the right kind of tools available right at your desktop. So we created something called a coder starter kit. This is a fantastic kit. And why do I say it's a fantastic kit? First of all, the price point. It's very, very exciting because it has something called a maker board that you know what it is and what it can do. It has this um, whole bunch of stickers and this sheet on which you can put your stickers, and it has all these interesting parts that you can join together, as you can see, to create various avatars which go on your study table itself. So that means you can create a flashlight or a study table light, or you could create a mood lamp, or you could create something very exciting. I mean, I would give an arm and foot for having a kit like that if I were you or if I was your age. So that's fantastic. Now let me get back to plant a conversation thing. But before I do that, I will like to see if you have any questions for me. So right now is a time when you can post your questions onto your chat window, and I'll be happy to answer them if I see some. So my team will ensure that they send the questions back to me. Let me see if I'm getting any questions on the Google chat window. What board? Cool Dude is asking what board. It's called a maker board, Avishkar maker board. But let me see if I have any questions. Okay. Team, can you let me know about the questions? Mr. Zuma. Okay. Mr. Zuma has a question. Can you give me an idea for ATL projects in nature? Well, I have given you only 3 interesting ideas, but there can be thousands of ideas that you do. So you have a soil moisture sensor. You have something called a water pump module also, right? Which goes as a part of the IoT starter kit or otherwise is available elsewhere. So you can find out if the soil moisture sensor is telling you that the water is not appropriate. You can use your maker board or an Arduino board to ensure that the water pump is activated on its own. And then this problem where your plants are not watered timely will be solved. So that's one idea. But there can be thousands of ideas. So what I can ask you, if I could ask you to be a part of Let's Avishkar community on Facebook, you post a question there and we will answer. Again, I'm reminding Let's Avishkar community on Facebook. If you are there, post your question. Either I, Nitish Chopra, or rest of the team, Shagun, we will respond to you and we will give you the answers. Let me see what all questions are there. Chandrasekhar Singh is asking, how are you? Well, I am okay. That's plant talk. Yes, I am doing well, and I'm sure plants are also saying the same thing. Tushar Agarwal, they can talk about sunlight. Fantastic. I am looking at the questions here. Can you just tell me how much is the cost after discount? For that, you'll have to go to the website. I think the cost will be fairly reasonable given what all it can do. Can you just tell much? Okay, stay home. Let me see. When will be the last day? I'm assuming you're asking me the last day for the promo 15 discount coupon. I don't think it's that far. So if I were you, I would be quick if I wanted to get one. Can you just, okay? Yes, there was a question. I just forgot. By the way, I forgot to mention, as a part of this webinar, one of you lucky ones would be getting a 500 rupees Amazon voucher. But for that, you'll have to stick around for another 10 minutes. And by the way, how did we decide who's going to get a 500 rupees voucher? We decided it based on your participation now and based on your participation before the webinar and the number of questions that you ask from us, either in the Let's Avishkar community or directly to us or as a part of our Google chat meeting. Okay. Uh, if the plants could talk, they would say, why does your root grow at your top and mine at the bottom? And they would also alert us about the weather and tell if they need anything. Yes, that is true. And plants are really nice. They talk about only the good stuff. I'm not sure if I can talk about the other stuff. Okay, let's see. Amishi Singh is asking, what is the full form of LDR? LDR stands for light dependent resistor, which essentially means it tells us if light is falling on it or not. So the way it technically works is if light is falling on it, its resistance goes very higher. But if the light is not falling on it, then its resistance is down. And we can record that as a digital reading. So what I mean by digital and analog, I don't want to bore you with all the technologies or the technical details here, but that's how it works. Light falling on it, resistance goes up. Light not falling on it, resistance goes down. And we capture that information in a digital format. What else? Okay. Can you just tell me? I'm trying to find out other questions. Sir, if the air is polluted, then the plants live for maximum how many days? Well, that is a question I don't have an answer for, but a good one. I will find out. See, the pollution can be in many different ways. It could be smoke, it could be content of nitrogen, it could be content of carbon monoxide, it could be carbon dioxide. Depending upon which kind of pollution it is, the plant's survival depends. But let me tell you a very interesting thing about plants. Barring the human beings, every natural thing that we see around ourselves, they give something to us. So plants also take in carbon dioxide and give back oxygen. So if you have a lot of plants in your room, trust me, they're going to bring a lot of happiness, energy, and aura to your room. So they are taking more bad things away from you and giving more good things to you. What else is a question? Okay, how can I get that plant talking application? Chandrasekhar Singh asked a question, how can I get that plant talking application? You just need to mail us at support@avishkar.cc. You send send that you're interested, send that email, and we will send the APK file back to you. Just have the subject, I want the talking plant application. Okay. If we understand what else, how to make such an app of a plant. Well, how to make such an, so this is a question Fun with Codes asked. I have a very simple answer also for you. You can apply and you can take up our app development course. Just, go to avishkar.cc and say that I'm interested in app development course. And if you do that, then we'll teach you how to make apps and automatically you will know how to make this app. And if you go for an IoT course, then this app for sure will be a part of the curriculum. What other questions are there? In which plants can we use this experiment? Well, this experiment can be used in all kinds of plants. I just used 2 of them, which were easily available to me. But you could do in basil, you can do it in tulsi, you can do in so many plants that you see around yourself. So that is not really a constraint. Okay, Avni Jain. I think I answered the question for Avni Jain. Rohit Chauhan asked, sir, starter kit is important. Thank you for bringing all those kits to us. So let me first show you, my friends, what a starter kit is. Starter kit is this. This is called a robotic starter kit. Trust me, this is one of the best kits that you will find in the market at its price point. It has a whole bunch of metal parts, a couple of motors, and a whole bunch of electronics which can allow you to manually program the robots. That's a robotic starter kit. By the way, use the same promo code, promo15, to get discounts on this. Apart from the starter kit, we have something called an advanced kit. This, believe me, is the best deal that we are offering. It is right at the price point. It has a programmable brain, a whole bunch of mechanical and metal parts that you can utilize. And for those who know that electronics or robotics is their calling, we have something which is very, very exciting, extremely heavy, called the Robotics Pro Kit. This, trust me, friends, has everything that you could have dreamt about if you're a roboticist. And if you're young and you are still interested in robotics, I have another product for you. This is called Tweak, Avishkar Tweak. More on that later. And believe me and trust me, we are launching some very exciting products next month. And I am not joking that this will be the best launch that you would see from the staple of Avishkar. Apart from that, of course, I've already showed the IoT starter kit and photo starter kit. Okay, now let me get back to more questions. Uh, what is the full form of IoT? Very good. This question was asked by my friend Arnav. Arnav's fun channel asked this question. IoT Starter Kit stands for, or IoT stands for Internet of Things, which means all the things that you see around ourselves, they are sooner or later going to be smart and intelligent. And how will they talk to us? They will talk to us because they will have their unique address, just like your computer has it, just like your phone has it. They will have a chip which can talk to all the other physical devices as well. For instance, you must have seen Mr. Amitabh Bachchan talking to an air conditioner by being in Switzerland while the air conditioner is in Bombay. How is that happening? Because he has a phone which is connected to the internet, and he has an air conditioner at home which is again connected to the internet. So both the phone and the air conditioner are talking to each other over the internet. There's an estimate that there are going to be billions of devices in next decade or so, easily 100 billion devices, which are going to be talking to each other at any point of time. And that's what makes world a little more complex, but at the same time, far more exciting things. So that's Internet of Things for you. Now, is it maker board? Cool dude asked. Yes, that was the maker board. And by maker board, okay. How to grow a chili? How much water we should give? That's an interesting question. But why do you need a chili? What's the plan there? Do you want chili for your parents, for your teacher, for your friends, for your students? I don't really know. But don't grow chili. Just buy it and use it with caution. Okay. Now, Vandana Rani is asking, sir, can you put such sensors in plants' veins and really talk to them? You know what? Very interesting question, Vandana. What you could possibly do is there are a lot of sensors which can pick up the electrical signals. So veins, I'm assuming a plant would be carrying blood or nutrition for plants. So you can use the pressure. You can probably convert the pressure into a digital value. Then yes, you can. But I know of quite a few applications. In fact, some people in my team also created something. If you remember, it was Sahil sir, or I think I've forgotten the name of the other guy, but they created one application where we could just read your brain signals and control machines. So we were building robots, through Avishkar Pro Kit, which could have been controlled by just your brain itself. So a robot going somewhere and doing something just by your brain use. So yes, that is possible. Jhatpat times by Earth. In which kits are sensors of plant a conversation here? That's in the IoT starter kit that you can get from our website. Again, promo 15 is the discount code. How much to grow? No, I am not going on the chili question again. How to set this up if we get this kit, and will we get the already set up? Well, we are going to create a page which is going to just talk about this whole process, where we are going to publish the code that goes on the maker board, and we'll also have a link for the APK. We are not going to provide you the plants. They are ours and not yours to keep. You get your own plants, your own soil, your own water, your own air, and your own sunlight. But we will be providing the electronics part and the coding part for you to work on. Now, Avishkar 3D printer, what does it do? Well, what does a 3D printer do? It prints, creates life-size objects. So I'm not saying life-size objects as 6 feet tall objects. You can, by the way, create those also. But this size objects, and a 3D printer is something that we provide for you to go out and give definition or meaning to the ideas that you have. So yes, you can actually go out and buy a Avishkar 3D printer also from our website. Okay, next question. How to set this up if we get this kit? I've already answered that. Sir, can you send the circuit of this in the comment? Yes, we will give you the circuit design also. Not in the comment, but we will put a blog post out there. And by the way, it looks like all of this is exciting. So I'm going to make sure that every month we have some of the interesting stuff that we do for all of you to go out and create on your own and show the rest of the world what you are really capable of. Okay, Sahil Solanki. So, can we use with animals if they are thirsty or not? Uh, I did not think about that. Let me think about it and get back to you in some time. Sahil, that was a good question. Thank you. Okay, how are they sensing? With USB? No, they are not sensing with USB. I'm going to showcase to you a maker board. If you see the maker board, behind the maker board, if you can see, there is a Bluetooth module. And then there's a new generation of maker boards are coming. I'm not going to talk about that. That we will talk in some time. But this maker board has a Bluetooth. This Bluetooth gets connected to the Bluetooth of your phone, and that's how they talk about. This USB is mostly for power, so this can happen completely portable. Okay. How to get 500 rupees Amazon voucher? Run it, engineer. You have to write a lot of messages. You have to write a lot of interesting and exciting questions. And you will have to participate in a Let's Avishkar community on Facebook. And you might as well win that. Okay. Ritvi Gupta, elbow cuff, sir. Can you tell the name once again of the plants? Oh my God. I know you are kidding. Well, this one I remember because it's simple and easy. Ficus bonsai. And the other guy, I know the nickname very well. The nickname is Black Star, but the technical name is Dracena trifascita, if I'm pronouncing correctly. So, if I did not, I'm sorry whoever came with that name. Okay. What is the kit name on the website? It's called IoT Starter Kit. That has all the things that you can use for this particular project. Okay. Sir, can I connect with Alexa? Yes, you can connect with Alexa because Alexa also talks using Wi-Fi. We will, I think there could be a very interesting session with stuff that you can do with an Alexa or a Google Echo or something like that. We will do one of those sessions. So I'm not going to talk more about that, but maybe next few sessions we'll tackle that. Okay. कौन सी किट सबसे अच्छी है? Well, it depends, Nidhi Goyal. It depends upon which age group you are in, what interest is yours. I was always a fan of building things. So robotic starter kit or advanced kit were fantastic. But if you are slightly older and you want to create something in the hardware or the open source world, MakerBoard or the IoT sense, IoT starter kit could be fantastic for you. And if you want something which will go on to, which will be in your room, make your room funky with a mood lamp or a flashlight, then Coder Starter Kit could be another for you. Okay. So does that maker board has an AI? I will get to that question. But not today. Maybe later. I will must buy the IoT Starter Kit. That is Angel is Genius. Yes, you can buy it. Let me look at more questions. If plants could talk, they will be friendly with people and help people by giving them food. That's Raghav Diwan, by the way. If plants could talk, they will be friendly with people and help people by giving them food in need. If plants could talk, they will be friendly with people. Yes, I think, I very strongly believe that plants are always nice. They're always giving in nature. I have heard this saying somewhere, like be like a plant, where most of the time, most of your life, and not in a single lifetime, because plants end up trees specifically live longer than us humans. They give so much to us, whether it is oxygen, whether it is shade in the sun, or it is the breeze. That we should be always thankful. And some of the plants give you rubber, some of the plants give you so many herbs. So yes, they give so much to us, and so we should be careful and we should also take care of them. Ruchika Jain is saying very interesting session. Thank you very much. I feel vindicated that this was useful. This will give me more energy and enthusiasm to do more sessions. Maybe next session could be something to do with Alexa, artificial intelligence, or maybe it could be one of the new products that we plan to launch very soon. What flows through the veins of the plant? Cool dude, you're really testing me. My biology was extremely bad. My physics was decent. Electronics was fantastic. Coding I could do. Biology, that is my daughter's area of interest. Let me talk to her and get back to you. Nidhi Goyal, how can we start coding course? What is the price, sir? Well, for that, I would again recommend you just go to our website, avishkar.cc. There's a AI bot out there. Just talk to that AI bot. It is in the shape of tweet. Ask that question. But as far as I know, you have courses which range from 5,000, 6,000 rupees to 24,000 rupees. All sets of courses, whether it is coding, robotics, IoT, AI, or drone courses. You can do anything that you want. And the best part about Avishkar is you get hardware also with it. So I hope I answered that question. Um, just keeping a track of time. Sir, can I detect the plant needs certain carbon dioxide? Absolutely, you can detect. You can detect carbon dioxide, you can detect carbon monoxide, you can detect nitrogen levels. If you have noticed, there are these PM level concepts that you must be hearing in the news channels around yourself. Those are nothing but these kind of sensors which capture that from the air and send it back to the Met department or meteorological department, and which further is disseminated through news media to all of us. So at fundamental level, these are the sensors or kind of sensors which are used by meteorological departments to find out the quality of air that you breathe. Okay. Okay, a lot of questions have come in. Raghav Diwan, I've seen that question. What flows through the veins of the plant? I've seen that one also. Uh, how can we get the APK file for the app? So what we will do is, we will be posting you, and since we have your information or your email address with us, we'll be sending you a link of a blog post in a day or two, and the APK file will be there, and you can download it on your Google or your Android phone, not the iPhone. Okay. Um, how can we start the coding course? I have already mentioned, sir. I want to buy some courses from Avishkar. Ishika Gupta mentioned the way to do that. Go to avishkar.cc or write to us at support@avishkar.cc, and we will get you connected with our counselors and they will guide you with the process. Sir, where do we have to mail if you want to get the app? As I mentioned, mail to support support@avishkar.cc. I will make sure that the team actually has that information on the description below. Okay. And if soil gets dry, then plants will say thirsty. Yes, Rohit, that's how we kind of coded. You can have your own message in your own vernacular language or your own coding language as well. Okay. Vinita is saying, sir, the non-living thing also can talk when we place the sensor like an Almira or chair, they will speak or not. Yes, they will. See, depends upon what you really want to do. The sensors, what they do is like, we have our own sensors. We have eyes, which are visual sensor. We have ears, which is essentially like a sound sensor. Then we have nose, which is a smell sensor. So these sensors are critical for us to interact with an environment, whether with another individual or with other things that we see around ourselves. So these sensors are instrumental or central in doing so. So now when we have something like that on any non-living thing, but the only interesting thing is we need to have some sort of a intelligent brain, or if I may say so, a maker board, which can decode what the sensor is giving to it and then send it back to a phone, to a computer, to an email, to a social network, or even display it in some sort of language. I hope I answered your question. I hope I have should I purchase this? I have Pro Kit. Well, as I mentioned, depending upon what you really want to do, sorry, I'm thirsty, so I'm gonna drink some water. Just give me 1 second. Okay. Um, if you have a Pro Kit, yes, you can. This is definitely so. In my mind, Pro Kit is something which you use as a roboticist to build things. They can build big structures. But if you wanted to do more sophisticated or real life projects, where, for instance, we have tried to find out what the plants are really conspiring against, then a maker board kit or an IoT starter kit is a right kind of product for you. Akshay Goel, Comedy King. is saying we should imagine oneself instead of plants, and then we will understand that to not to cut the plant. Yes, very good thought, Akshit. Positive vibes. Sir, will the plant tell us the water is more? Yes, we can do that. As I mentioned, right now, this is giving us a digital number. So it is telling us whether the water is there or not. But if we can also find out the analog number, like how much water is not there, or how much more water is required, or how much water is there. So we can have all those analog inputs to us if we do not do the digital stuff. So that is possible. Okay. Okay. So now, Monsters Legend, sir, please see this question. Does Avishkar Maker Board have electric silos and motors, batteries? I don't know what you mean by silos. So uh, electric something and motors and batteries. Well, we are. I would say just wait for some time and we're launching something with motors which can work with maker board also. But yes, you can make the maker board work with servo motors or with stepper motors or even with DC motors. But the IoT starter kit does have a servo motor which can do precise movements. So with that said, I think already I have taken a lot of your time, and I'm again going to thank my teammates, just repeating their names, my partners in crime. The technical app was made by none other than Gautam Ahuja sir. The whole technical infrastructure was made by no other than Nishant Singhal sir. You will probably get to know a lot about him in times to come. The concept was designed by Nitish Chopra. Enable support was provided by Shagun. The director of photography is Akshita. And finally, we were tremendously supported by Vishakha. And one last time, we have a discount coupon or a sale going on Avishkar website. We don't usually do a lot of sales, but when we do, everyone should take advantage of this. And the discount coupon is promo15, PROMO15. You will find that in the link on the bottom of the screen, otherwise even in the description. All our products, all our courses, you can take at a fantastic attractive price by using that promo coupon. um, I have had a fantastic time, and forgive me if there were glitches here and there. They are mostly a part of my life. Any demo that I do, it is mostly bound to fail, but still life is fun. And thank you very much for your time. I believe I'll be doing more of these sessions in the times to come. And yes, do not forget to interact with me or with the fantastic people that I've named in our community called Let's Avishkar. Thank you very much. God bless you. You have a fantastic weekend and do something amazing this Diwali season. Thank you.